Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the videos.
Hello, welcome to Ganesh IAS Academy. This is the special session. In this session, we are going to discuss about the previous year UPSC Mains economic question. Let's begin the session. This question was asked in 2024. It is a 10 mark 150 words question, and also it is related to the land reform. We already discussed a lot more about this land reform. Okay, again in 2024 they asked a question related to the land reform. The reason is there is a need for the land reform because in terms of land reform at the time of there is a failure of the land reform happened. See, actually it's failed one because only some states did it more effectively. So due to that, still there is a issues related to the small marginal farmer. They are facing the large issues related to that only. So the failed land reform. By the way, there is a repeated questions related to the land reform. Here the question is, what were the factors responsible for the successful implementation of the land reforms in some parts of the country? Elaborate. So again, so the keyword here is land reform. So you have to say about what is land reform. It is a redistribution of lands. Simply you have to say that to promote the equity and the equality in the land distribution and empower the agrarian society, agrarian community. Okay. What were the factors responsible for the successful implementation of land reform? So I'm directly jumping into the question. The reason is we already discussed a lot more things about the land reform. Okay, in the previous videos you can see that. Now we are going to give the answers related to that question only. So what were the factors responsible for the successful implementation of land reform? So only some states did it in a proper manner. So what is the factors that lead to the successful implementation, that you have to say. So first is about the ideology of the government. So first is about Kerala and then West Bengal. So both of the government are the Communist Party. So they are more focusing on the redistribution of the land and to create the equality in the society. So ideology of the government played a huge role in the success of this land reform. Next, strong political will. So again, that is also, so some states, okay, when it comes to the Andhra Pradesh, they did it. Okay, even though their ideology is different, they did it because they need the equality and the equity in the peoples. Okay, so that is the major agenda. They did it. Okay, so that is a strong political will. Next, strong laws without any loopholes. West Bengal Land Reform Act, and then effective bureaucratic structures on implementing issues. Okay, so when it comes to Tamil Nadu, what they did is first of all they go with the land survey. Based on that, they got a lot of data. So, for example, uh, if there is any village, the zamindar is containing around 50 hectares of the land. So, to implement the land reform, first you need of a data about the land holdings of every person. So, land survey is the first thing to do the land reform. That thing was done by only some states. In that way, it is the effective bureaucratic structures on implementation. It is done by the Tamil Nadu government. Next, the local leader participation. That is also the major thing, and the judicial support. That is more important. Here you have to give the data. Okay, that is more important. State of West Bengal versus Bella Banerjee, and then the Keshavananda Bharati case versus state of Kerala. So both the things are related to the land reform, which says that land reform is the needy one, and there is a right to land, which is can be questioned based on this act. Okay. Next, cooperative movements, Amul in Gujarat. So these are the things leads to the successful implementations. Okay. So the answer is the factors responsible for the successful implementation of the land reform in some parts are okay. So that is the answer. But here you have to add certain other things. Why it is not happened in all states? In a, this is the second page, means in that you have to allot this much space for that answer. Okay, so the question is about to elaborate. Even though it is not asking, you have to say that why it is not happened in the other states. So the major issue is about lobbying, and then poor laws. Okay, and also next is land is under the state subject. So try to give 3 to 4 points. That is more than enough. Okay. Afterwards, in the conclusion part, you have to say that there is the need for land reform 2.0 to create a inclusive and the equity society. So in that way, you have to conclude it, because still the failure of this land reform, there is a major issues faced by the rural community. So we have to overcome that. So for that, you have to say that we need a land reform 2.0. In that way, you can conclude your answer. Okay. Thank you.